Hello darlings, how the devil are we? So Netflix again has become the hot topic because we have more confirmation on their new gaming service that they have announced. This isn't new news, we covered this a little bit a while ago, but we do have some additional details, so I shall drip feed what I have found to you wonderful people. If by some small chance you don't know what Netflix is, it is basically an online streaming service where you can get video on demand. And for a small monthly fee, you get to choose a whole series of in-house Netflix movies and stuff that they have licenses for. This has changed for many the landscape of how we consume digital entertainment, and many companies have followed suit, including companies like Disney and Amazon with their Prime service and also Disney+. So Netflix are pretty on the ball when it comes to assessing their main competitors, and back in 2019 they made a rather interesting statement, which was that one of their major competitors was in fact Fortnite. Now, you may ask yourselves, why does a video game compete with Netflix? Surely TV series is different to a video game. But when you look at it at base level, what it's actually about is competing for screen time. And back in 2019, a huge amount of people were playing Fortnite and not watching Netflix series. Now, at the same time, they were asked whether or not they would actually ever make a streaming service, and they said no. So what the actual plan is they will offer video games on their streaming platform. Now, just to iterate this again, there is a lot of unknown questions at the moment, and a lot of this is all very loose and fast, so everything I say, take it with a pinch of salt and speculation. So what do we know? We know that they have hired Mike Verdu. So they've taken Mr. Verdu and shoved him as the Vice President of Game Development. He previously worked at EA and Facebook for the famed position, and if you're wondering what kind of games that he's made in the past, well, he did one notable one, which is Command & Conquer 3, The Wrath of Kane. Or more predominantly, the Command & Conquer that killed Command & Conquer. So the reason they've brought him on was because his speciality in the past was taking games and bringing them to the Oculus. And this is pretty much the same thing. We're going to see games and we're going to be seeing them brought to the Netflix streaming platform in some sort of fashion. Now, Netflix are no stranger to the gaming universe. We've seen tons and tons of crossovers recently. We've seen Resident Evil for quite some time. We've seen new Dota. There's also League game coming on out. There's also Castlevania. All fantastic adaptations. Now, Netflix have done games of a fashion in the past, but they've been the more story interactive types. And if you have a child, you're probably familiar with the Minecraft story mode. And if you're a fan of Black Mirror, you may remember Bandersnatch. Now, this is where things start to get a little bit speculative, because here's the thing, if they were just simply going to be putting in more story-based game modes in their actual live streaming service, why have this big announcement? Why bring in all these extra people? Because they've obviously done it before and had some sort of fashionable success with it. Well, this could be for two reasons. One is that the actual story-based games were outsourced, and outside of Netflix giving them the license, they didn't actually have that much control over the creation of the game. The second, slightly more interesting theory is that previously, when this first serviced, there were rumours that actually Netflix were trying to create a recreation of Apple Arcade, which, if you don't know, is an Apple pay-per-month subscription service where you get access to some Apple exclusive games. Now, Netflix did say that this isn't going to cost anyone any extra money, but I'm going to take that with a pinch of salt, because I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some sort of gaming bolt-on on the side, or eventually we did see an increase in the price of the overall subscription, because this wouldn't be the first time that Netflix has increased the price of their content in the name of creating more stuff. Anyway, this is as much as I know, and I will update you as soon as I find anything else. Honestly, there wasn't really that much more from the last time that we covered this, apart from the fact that we do have confirmation of who they've hired, and also that we have a time span of when this is potentially coming out. Anyway, I'm really interested to know what you think of this. Let me know in the comments below. Are you excited? Is this something that you would purchase? Do you like interactive stories, for example? But for now, I'm going to go get myself a big lemony cup of tea, and I will catch you soon. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll be back with more news soon.